Mastermind crew. So today I'm sharing part 2 of what I've been talking about this week of how I completely turned around my sales in March. So at the timing of this live training, we've just finished March, just literally finished it, and now we're moving into April. So 2 days ago, I shared with you part 1 of this training, where it was really to do with more mindset shifts that I had to make to get myself back in the game. So if you haven't seen part 1 of this training, just go back down my feed, not very far, to see part 1 of the training, where I shared how I kind of had to get my head back in the game with sort of various things. I won't repeat myself, but various things to sort of turn my March around. And I shared on that video, because we've had the switch of month since I did video 1, whether I've turned my business around enough to withhold that number 1 enroller for the whole of like Australia and New Zealand in my company. Again, because I've done it the last 4 months in a row, but I had a really interesting month last month. So I really didn't think I was going to achieve number 1 last month for the 5th month in a row. But I did it. I did it. Found out last night on a company call that, I still made number 1 last month, which is just incredible to me and makes this training from 2 days ago and today probably even more valuable than I would have thought if you really listen to what I'm sharing with you. So I was actually at a company meeting on the 17th of March, sharing on a panel how I was having a dismal month. Like I only at that point, I think I only had 1 or 2 sales for the entire month. Like we were more than halfway through the month when we had that meeting, and I only had a couple of sales. Like I was like, I'm not going to maintain it this month. Like it's just, I've been overseas, I've been doing this, I made this excuse and that excuse, and I just fell out of the game. But then after that meeting, I was like, right, Helen, it's time to get your head back in the game. And I just did all the things that I know work, that have helped me be number 1 for the last 4 months in a row. So I did all of those things, and amazing things happened in the last couple of weeks of March. So I've been able to maintain that number 1 role, which is just incredible to me. So 2 days ago, I shared with you all the mindset things which have to come first. The social media stuff doesn't matter if you haven't got your head in the right spot. So watch part 1 of these 2 videos from not yesterday, the day before, to get that side of it. And now what I'm going to share with you in this side of it, what I actually did social media wise. Okay, so the actual action, how I showed up. So I'll share that with you in a second. I just want to share, before I do that, those of you that are in my coaching community, I just finished a training for you guys on the biggest mistakes that people make with AI. So I've gone through the top 5 mistakes. I've explained them all. I've explained how not to do it and how to do it. And I've given you like a prompt to work with AI. And I shared like a story and just my experience of how I've used AI to help me get the results that I do. So if you're in my coaching community, make sure you watch the replay of that training that I just finished regarding the biggest mistakes that people make with AI. AI is just kind of a way of life now, right? Like who isn't using AI? It's very unusual to come across somebody in the industry that's not using AI to some degree. It's kind of our normal now. And we are so lucky to have that. Don't you agree? To be able to have something like AI at our disposal to help us create content and hooks and ideas and sort out our life, like it can be a little personal assistant. Amazing. But I hear a lot of people say when I review their work, ChatGPT gave me that, or that was an idea for ChatGPT, or ChatGPT gave me that hook. And it's like, AI is only as good as the instructions you give it. So if you're not giving your AI good instructions, it ain't spitting out good hooks or good content for you. So again, coaching community members, go and catch the replay of that training that I just did on that. And I've posted notes in there and I've posted the prompt in there as well. Okay. So let's get back on track for this training. So blown away that I was able to do it again, 5th month in a row. But here's what I did to achieve that and turn last month completely around. Like, as I said, I spoke at a meeting on the 17th of March with only 1 or 2 sales. Still hit number 1 for the month. So this is what I did. So firstly, I got back the consistency of posting. Okay, that's the first thing. I dropped the wagon when I started traveling. I don't know if you remember this or you heard me speak about this before, but I tried repurposing a couple of pieces of content, but because I was posting at a completely different time, like the views really bottomed out. Like I got crappy views. So in my head, I went, well, I won't bother for the rest of the trip. Like, what a stupid thing to say to myself. So I got back in the game with posting consistently. Okay. In my stories, on my feed, the reels, the TikToks, just consistently posted. What I find with content, particularly reels and TikToks, is that when you post, and I watch the feed sometimes, particularly on TikTok, when I post a video, all the views of my other videos go up. So even though I might not get much out of a particular video that I've just posted, just by posting and posting consistently, it boosts all your other content. So it's still worth, like, I should have never, when I was in Chicago, I should have never said, oh, well, it's not working in this time zone. I'm not getting the views I normally get. I'll just stop posting for the rest of the trip. Like, I just allowed myself to get busy and make excuses, but I shouldn't have done that. But when I got back, I got back in the game. Okay. So posting consistently in my stories, reels and TikToks, on my feed, everything, just got back in the game. That's the first thing. Okay. I also got back on brand. So I came home from a conference and they launched a new product at the conference. So it's very easy to talk about things when they're new. And I did that. That also sidetracked my sales because I was building a VIP list for a new product, but I was not doing my main thing. Like, if you've listened to any of my trainings before, you should have one problem that you solve and one problem mainly that you sell 80% of the time. So keep the main thing 80% of the time. And yes, you can talk about other products and other things that you help people with in your target market 20% of the time, but keep the main thing 80% of the time. So I was well into the 20%. I'm off on another product. I'm off on another tangent. I'm building a VIP list for a new product when I came back, but it's not helping me make sales. If you're building a new VIP list for a new product, you aren't making sales. So it was a reminder to myself, this is good. You're building towards the future. I don't regret that. But keep the main thing, Helen. Keep the main thing. So I had to come back to the main thing. So then I started posting on what my main thing is. So even though I've been talking a lot about a new product, and I've got a global business, so I can sell that product in other markets. That's why I talk about it, because I have a global business and I can sell to other products in other markets that are not here in my local market. So that's why I choose to talk about other products as well, because I think globally when I build my business. So it wasn't a loss, but it wasn't helping me make sales here. So that kind of continued on. So I'm still not making sales. I'm showing up, getting the consistency back, but it's like, keep the main thing. So then I came back to keeping the main thing. And to give you an example of keeping the main thing, I was just quoting it before on my coaching community training. So I'll see if I remember the numbers vaguely. So I did a video on the main thing. Straight away on TikTok, over 16,000 views, and I've got over 400 comments. Now, probably 50% of those are mine replying to people. I've sent you a message or whatever. So well over 200 leads from that video. On Instagram, a lot less leads. So just shy of 2,000 leads, but still over 100 comments. So 50% of those would be mine. So over 50 leads on a video that had less than 2,000 views. That's pretty good, don't you think? And why can I achieve that? Because I keep the main thing 80% of the time. So even though I dropped the ball by traveling for 2 weeks, didn't really post much at all. Then I came back and got sidetracked with a new product, posting about that. When I came back to keep the main thing, the leads came back. The lead flow came back. I know my target market and I know what problems they have, and I keep the main thing 80% of the time. Are you hearing me? Keep the main thing 80% of the time. So it like so many leads came back because I got myself back on track with what I normally do. Okay. And when you keep the main thing on your socials, you will attract more high quality leads. And this is what it's all about. You don't want leads that are just, crappy leads that don't convert. You want high quality leads, and those leads know that you understand them. They know that you can help them. They've watched so many videos of yours because you keep the main thing 80% of the time that are really valuable, that teach you things. Teach them things. Sorry. They can learn something from you. You can educate them on that main thing. So the trust is built really quickly. But the skill level is not just in the content. It's when you get a lead, what do you do with it? How are you nurturing that lead? How are you having that conversation? So I'll get back to that in a minute. So the first thing is the consistency of posting kind of everywhere. The second thing is getting back on brand. Keep the main thing. Okay. The third thing is getting back into a bit of a plan. So when I was traveling, I was kind of like, a bit all over the place. My planning kind of dropped the ball. I was kind of flying by the seat of my pants with posting and things like that. Like the plan went out the window. So once I got back, it's like, okay, you need to get back in the game. You need to do a bit of planning. You need to work with ChatGPT to give you good hooks, to give you good content on the main thing. So just a bit of planning. The what's the word I'm looking for, or the way to say this? The way not to get burnt out or not get frustrated with social media is to plan and know who you're talking to, all the branding stuff, who you're talking to, what problems you solve for them. So you've worked all of that out first. And like coaching community members, watch that replay of mine regarding AI and the questions that you need to ask and get all the right answers, because it's the freedom is knowing who you serve, what problems you solve for them, and being laser point on that main thing. Okay. So when you can sit with that and it's like you're solid, you know who you're talking to, you know what problems you solve, and you create that plan, the rest is easy to execute the plan. So my flow came back of how I create content, how I batch record videos, how I sort of plan my process of an idea to ChatGPT, to back in the notes section of my phone, massaging my content, back into edits, using the teleprompter, recording it really quickly, and then posting it. And my description and my hook has all come from like ChatGPT. Like I got back in my flow. Okay. But planning helps you do that. Not flying by the seat of your pants. I should post something today. And it takes too long to do that. You're working too hard, way too hard. Get a bit of planning, get a bit of thought process. But if you know anything about kind of time and time blocking and how beneficial it can be, if you're going to create like, a planning session and create one video, sit down and create 5. Like you're not going to post them all at the same time. But if you're going to create one hook, create 5 hooks. If you're going to create 5, descriptions, or one description, create 5 descriptions. Like have 5 ideas ready to go, but do it all in the same one session. You will save yourself so much time. Because where people go wrong on social media is every day they're trying to think of a new piece of content, a new idea, the brain space that it takes you to go from what you normally do in your everyday to, okay, I've got to create a piece of content, or what's my hook? What's my description? Now I've got to record it. And then you go back to your day. And then the next day, I've got to create a piece of content. And you're doing everything fresh every day. Oh my God, that's so exhausting. You will take yourself out of the game, especially if you're not getting engagement or leads. It's too exhausting to do it that way. So just spend a bit of time planning and you'll free up the rest of your days. Okay, so just learn to work a little bit smarter and not harder. If you're going to record all your videos in one session, take a couple of hours, change your top if you want to, but just do it all in one go. You'll get faster and faster and faster if you batch record things like that than doing a different one every day. Okay, so that was number 3. Number 4, voice messaging. It's a game changer. I know when I'm in the flow and I can feel my conversation in a voice message. You cannot feel a conversation when you're writing something and they're writing something, and you're writing something and they're writing something. You can feel emotion in a voice message both ways. And there was one day last week, I made 4 sales in the day, but I felt that they were going to buy, because of the quality of our conversation in the voice message. Like when I'm sending them links, I'm like, they're going to buy. Like, because of the emotion, the emotional connection. Nothing is more important in this industry than the emotional connection you have with your lead. If you just type, you will not get that emotional connection. So way back in voice message. So what I was doing when I was traveling is, I was in airports, I was at the conference, I'm with friends. Like, I dropped the ball with voice messaging and I dropped the ball with my follow-up. And I've shared with you a couple of times already in recent trainings. I had people switching off their subscriptions left, right, and center when I was over there, because I wasn't following up. I wasn't making people seen and heard. I wasn't checking in with them. You've got to look after people, and you can best do that, like nurture a lead. And then if you get the sale, nurture the lead after as well via voice messaging. Like, people can feel my emotion. I have a laugh. I think I shared this example last week where I was talking to somebody and they said that I didn't know their name. I asked their name. They said their name was Karen. And but they put in brackets, I'm not one of those Karens. So I went straight in there in voice message. I said, oh my gosh, that's so funny. It's been a really busy day, but you just made me laugh. Thank you so much for that. And she keeps playing on it. She bought, and it was only this week sometime I was following up or something, and we're still having this little joke about Karen. That builds trust. That builds human connection. So what is it that somebody's saying to you once you get the lead that you can just have that real personal connection? So that's number 4 and 5. 4 was back in voice messaging, thanking people for something or asking them questions, or they've shared something with me and then I'm asking them questions. I'm making them feel seen and heard. So their trust goes from cold market on social media to trusting me, to buying off me. You can't get that if you only type. Trust me. I didn't turn my sales around in March and become the number 1 enroller again by typing everything. I can promise you that. Okay. And number 5 is following up. Like when people get their products, encouraging them, make sure you let me know when you get the products so I can share with you how to use them. Let me know in a few days how you're feeling so we can evaluate if we need to change anything, or if they don't, then I check in with them. Like, make people feel seen, heard, evaluated. I had somebody reach out to me just earlier in the week, say I'm really struggling and whatever. And I'm like, great, let's get on a Zoom call. So we got on a call yesterday and we talked some things through. Do I do that for everyone? No. But, they were honest enough to reach out and say, hey, I'm struggling. So, most people won't. They just won't order again. They won't tell you. They'll say this doesn't work and they just won't order again. The fact that she did, I'm like, right, I've got to help this woman more. So I'm like, let's get on a quick call and chat about what's going on for you. And so I helped her yesterday. Like, you do those things. We're in a relationship business, not a transaction business. Does that make sense? So they're the main 5 things, that I did. And I just want to reiterate, with the planning side of it, a huge part of that is AI. Like, just get really good at that. What we have available to us with AI is insane. And what helps me create the hooks, create the content, do all the things is by using AI. That helps me speed all of that up. It gives me great content, but it's only as good as the instructions I give it. And that coaching community members, that's what my training was about today. Please go and watch the replay of that training to get my insights on how I use it properly to give me really good, material. Our team is so advanced with AI. It is insane. We've now got AI tools that are creating the first 10-day launch plan. Either you can get a done for you one, or you can create one with AI on the track that you get a choice of track. And then it creates like a whole 10-day plan. After that, it helps you create a 30-day plan. All the prompts are done. It's just insane what our leaders have built for us in the last 30 days in my business. It just gets better and better. And one of our leaders also built us an audit tool for all our socials. So we've got prompts and we've got instructions of how we audit our TikTok. And it tells you what you're doing wrong, what you're doing right, and gives you solutions and actions to fix it. It's insane. Nobody is doing what we're doing in our team with AI. So don't overlook AI to help you, accelerate things. It certainly helps me in my business, but at the very start, like if you're just using ChatGPT, I use that and other tools, AI tools as well. It's only as good as the instructions you give it. So you can do all this work that I'm talking about. You can use ChatGPT to give you all the content, but it can still be crap content and it can still be crap hooks. I'm telling you, you can work extremely hard. And if you're working extremely hard and you're using AI, but you're still not getting engagement, you're still not getting any leads, and you're still not converting, I guarantee you are not using your AI properly. So again, coaching community members, watch the replay of the training I just did to work out whether you are or whether you aren't and how to fix it. Okay. So between the video that I did 2 days ago about the mindset stuff and this video regarding the skill set stuff, which is the posting, the content, the AI, the planning, the time blocking, the voice messaging, the follow-up, they're all the things I did to turn around the last 2 weeks of March to still become the #1 enroller in my company, 5th month in a row. Insane that I was able to turn last month around. But everything, like I'm in the industry with you guys. I'm living and breathing it. I'm not delusional to think that I'll hold that every month. You can't hold #1 every month. Somewhere along the line, somebody will beat me. And I celebrate that the fact I've been able to do it 5 months in a row shows me what I'm doing and what I'm teaching you and what I continue to turn up and tell you, especially in my coaching community, it works. So just get focused. Don't watch trainings and go, yeah, I should probably do that or focus on that. And then you go back to the way that you were doing things before. When somebody's actually achieving great results in their business, really listen and execute what they're sharing with you, like these tips that I'm giving you today. Okay. So I hope my video from 2 days ago and today help give you some insight of how I turned my business around last month. From dropping the ball for a couple of weeks. I hope there's just one thing or a couple of things that you get out of those videos to help you get better results in yours. Okay. So thank you for your comments. Jody, Nicolina, good to see you. Marilyn, love voice messaging with people as well. No one can really get your sense of genuineness or authenticity or that you're there to look after them other than hearing your voice. So if you're not voice messaging, and there's really no excuses because you can voice message on Facebook, you can voice message on Instagram, and we've been able to voice message on TikTok for quite a while now. We were never able to. It's been a game changer for me on TikTok, I tell you. But voice messaging. But come from a place of empathy and care and asking questions. You still got to have all the right strategies with knowing how to nurture a lead. You can still voice message and say all the wrong things. If you don't know how to nurture a lead, if you don't have those conversation skills, it still might not serve you well. So you still got to learn all the conversation skills as well. Coaching community members, that's all they're available for you over there. Okay. So thank you for listening to me this week. I hope this was helpful. But more importantly, I hope you go and execute things that I've shared with you so you can go and get better results and turn your business around. Okay. I will see you guys next week. Bye.